Good evening, everyone. I'm Shauna from Infinity Readings. Mind my lozenge thing going on here. My throat's been going nuts. I hope it's not going to be too bad here. Okay, so tonight I'm coming in here to start the Aries female for this summer. So I do seasonal readings. So this is for the season of summer into fall here. Hoping it'll carry me right through. So what I do is I read the energies and I go from there. Now, first off, I want to show off my new jewelry I got from a friend of mine. She actually makes these items along with anything that you can think of. And a lot of the work she displays her jewelry on Facebook. So I'm going to put the link below to get a hold of her and check out some of her jewelry if you like this. I mean, she does a lot of different styles and things, but I wanted to give a shout out to Laurie to thank her for all of that. So her contact info will be in the box below. Again, she's someone I know and she does great work. So it's kind of dicey when you go out there. You don't know what you're going to get. With this lady, you get quality stuff. So anybody that's looking for something nice, maybe you want to give as a present or present themselves. This is, she's from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. So she's Canadian, but she'll ship. I'm not too sure where her boundaries are there, but she'll ship. And I mean, I'll get the contact info and you can contact her from there. So she supplied me with the jewelry I'm going to use for the summer readings. So I'm shouting out to her and I'll, again, put the contact info below. Thanks, Laurie. Okay. So this is going to be the Fire Aries reading for the females, singles and couples. I'm going to group them both together. I'm going to start out with the blanket energies for the summer. And then we're going to slowly go in depth. I've run 2 tarot decks plus a romance deck, and then we're getting into the sex area. See what we come up with here, okay? So this is for the Aries female, singles and couples. Again, I'm mixing it so I don't have to make 4 videos per sign, right? So if there's not a lot going on for the singles or the couples, it just will kind of come out in that way. So I'm just reading the energies. So the general energies for the Aries female, the first card we get, man, my throat, is equality. Okay. Now, just let me find that spot. Oh, there we go. It's better at night, I guess. The equality card, right? This is the balance. Taking into account balancing energies, all of these things. I feel like the energy of the Aries female, man, I thought it would get better when I put a cough drop in. Hold on here. Are we not saying something we should be? Oh, yeah, let's try again here. When the editing process is gone, I lose a lot of, because I do a lot of coughing in my videos, and a lot of times that's why I'm editing out coughing and whatnot, long pauses. Now, equality, the Aries, that is the general energy I'm picking up here, okay? So what are we talking about when we say equality? Balance in a relationship. Is the relationship I'm looking at as a single or looking to go into as a single, is this balancing? If not, we're going to make adjustments. Okay. And those in a relationship, the same thing. I feel like those in a relationship are less flexible, but nonetheless, they're going to take action on the decision of equality. Like, so if they're finding that something here ain't right, then we're going to take action in that way to make it right, or at least let our partner know this is not right. So for the Aries female, equality is the first energy that she's picking up on for the season of summer. Okay. The next card we come into is pleasure. I feel like the Aries female is really taking a time out to dive into, oh man, I'm going to get too weird with it. I don't want to, too much glare. Just give me, I don't think I can do this and get away with it. Nope. Sorry. Anyway, this is, what is it here? Sorry, pleasure. Right. So we're thinking about the equality and we're taking time to please ourselves. The Aries is never far from that in that way. I don't think they're ever going to be close to the Pisces side where they're being walked on. So they're going to take time out to introduce some pleasure. For the singles, I feel like they may have had a hiccup here in a relationship, or they may have had a possibility of a relationship here that they kind of maybe passed over. And because of that, they're going to take time to get into their own sense of self, right? We're talking about pleasure. Things that make me happy. I'm not going to be walked on to make someone else happy if I'm not happy. And the Aries is in the forefront here. They just won't allow that, right? Especially if you're involved. So taking time to dip into a pleasure zone. And I'm not necessarily saying into the sexual romance. We're talking as a general energy. What pleases me? I'm going to find that out. And I'm going to go in that direction. Feel it's really general here, okay? The next card I get is expansiveness. So, yeah, expanding outward in whatever area that's floating our boat here. We're going to go out in that way. And the clouds just symbolizing all that energy coming forth. Because once an Aries makes up their mind, man, they are master manifestors. They have that energy behind them. So if they make up their mind, man, it's going to get done. And that's really what's going on here. And I don't know that they've seen the likes of that yet. I don't think they've seen the results there. I mean, I think we're passing it off as coincidence so far. But nonetheless, that's the energy, right? So they're looking at in and out of relationships. They're looking at the balancing factor here. What am I getting? Am I getting enough? Is it balanced? If it's not, it's got to go. And if you can't stand up to my standards, I'm not going to have it. Then we're looking at the pleasure. What makes me happy? I'm going to start to do this for me. I'm not going to depend on anybody else to give that to me. So we're looking into that and figuring out what it is that makes us happy, and we're going in that direction. And once we figure it out, we're going to expand with that energy and just keep moving forward. And I feel like the expansiveness is really an area where the universe can come in and just show off, right? If we're going to get into an area of manifesting energies, this is what's going to happen. So those are really good, powerful energies for the Aries, okay? Excuse my coughing here. I don't know what happened. I just went outside in the rain. My hair went flat, everything went nuts. So anyway, now we're going to dip into the energies of the tarot, okay? The first card I get is the Five of Wands. So the Five of Wands, right? That's struggle, battle against people, dealing with squabbling, that kind of thing. So we're talking about romance here on the lighter end. We're talking about the grounded energies, and we're dealing with struggles within relationships, within our private lives at this point, okay? The next card we get is the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords is worrying about all of this stuff. We're really overthinking all of these battles that we've been through here. We may be standing up, fighting against a lot of energy here, and it's just sticking. It's just staying. It's just like I would say resonating, but it not in a comfortable way. Excuse me. It's going in a way where, you know, it's kind of overrunning our mind. Can't really clear it out. But the next card is the Fool. So the Fool is that lighthearted energy of moving forward. So we spend a little time here in anxiety and a little bit of overthinking and worrying and whatnot about this struggle and strife. And I feel like, you know, the base energy here about equality and dealing with what pleases me is really going to cut through a lot of things here. We're not going to put up with that for very long. That worrisome energy, we're just not going to hold that. And then that's when the Fool comes in. And the Fool is just ready to take off in a new direction. They're turning their back on all of this struggle and strife and arguing. And, you know, I'm getting the word disappointment that's coming in here. We've been disappointed in an area. We felt like there was a higher esteem here, or a higher, we felt like the person that we were looking to could deal better with the situation that we had here. And it's not so. So we're just turning our back and going in a different direction. We got things to do and we're going to go do them. Okay. So that's the Fool energy. Then we end up with the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands, man, that's just the ideas, getting grounded with the ideas and the action forward, right? That's the passion. We got a lot of passion here, and it may be in a work-related direction. We're just going to turn our back on the romance for now and go where we know something that's concrete, right? It's not going to fool around. And then the Aries isn't like that, being wishy-washy. We got to, you know, make decisions and get moving here. And I feel like in the relationship sector, there's just a lot of wishy-washiness here, and not a lot of answers are being laid on the table. So just say, you know what, I'm out of here. You know, I'm turning my back and I'm going to go in a direction where I know what I want, and nobody's going to lie to me in that way, right? Because work is kind of pretty concrete. And I feel like this is really in a passion area, but also having to do with a work as well. Okay. So that's your grounded energies, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the cards vertically, then I'll run down them horizontally, because it's interesting what comes out when we do that. So the next row of tarot cards here, we have the Knight of Wands. So that is, and with this deck, man, the Knight of Wands, he's that dude. He's completely off his horse. He's there pleading, begging for attention, right? The Knight of Wands is usually very popular and very easy on the eyes and easy to be accepted, right? This guy kind of blends in with everybody. But here in this deck, I always get a sense he's a little off. There's something wrong here, right? He should be on his horse driving in the direction, and he's kind of standing there. Now I'm getting a sense here that we have had an offer from a male come at us here that may not have put a lot of forethought into what he's coming forward with. He's just kind of blurting out the news and letting it be heard. But I don't think on an emotional level he's sat with it long enough to understand what he's really putting out here. You know, and he may just be kind of tiptoeing with all these words that he's adjusting to here. He's got a lot of passion for the Aries woman, okay? But he's not sure how to, oh man, he's not sure how to come forward with it. Not sure how to spill it out. And quite frankly, I don't think he understands what he's saying. He just is kind of like a bumbling idiot. Sorry, that's what I'm kind of getting here. It's like, we're impressed by someone's beauty, someone's presence, and we're kind of just foaming at the mouth, and we don't know what to do from this stage forward. Because this Knight of Wands, and especially this one in this deck, he's kind of thrown off. And he doesn't know what to do. And the Knight of Wands, you know, and most other decks, we got to watch, because he's a temporary dude. He doesn't stick around for long. Oh, he's full of passion and full of drive and all of that and fire, but he burns out real quick. So is that what's going on here? Next card. The Hanged Man. Now, This can be interpreted in a few ways. So we have the Hangman, okay? Now, if this is his energy, which I tend to think that it is with the influence of the Aries female, we could have a situation here where the Aries female, right? We're turning our back on something and going in a different direction. That has caused him to take a hang time. Hang 5, buddy, because we're not in the mode, okay? So that's one scenario. The other scenario is that, you know, we may have a hiccup here where we just can't make progress towards the Aries female, even if she was in the mode, which I don't think she is. You know, I get the feeling she's just not in the mode. This guy's too wishy-washy. She's kind of cutting through that illusion there. The guy's not even aware himself of how off he is. He's just coming forward, trying to be sincere in his own right, but he really doesn't have his stuff together. His energy is so scattered. He doesn't know what to think from one day to the next. He knows he likes her and he knows he cares for her, but he's not thinking ahead. He's not putting things in perspective, and he sure as hell is not looking at the bigger picture here. So we have a little bit of confusion in the Aries woman. She just cut right through that. She's seen that coming. So this has led to the hang time that he is. I mean, he's not on his horse, so he ain't going nowhere. So the hang time, this is what we come to. And that is where he's going to be, okay? Now, the next card we get is the Judgment. And look at that. It's called, we're going to not there. Leave some space for him here. The call is going straight out to the king, or the knight, sorry. The Knight of Wands, right? So Judgment is about, in this deck, right? My point of view is that it's calling, there's instincts calling to him. And I don't know that he understands his instinct or what happens when we follow it, because I don't know that this guy was in tune for that much, okay? At all, ever. This guy's not really, it's kind of flying by the seat of his pants. Hey, Jovi, thanks for joining me. So we got a call coming out from the universe. We got some instincts heading his way, but there's a hang time here because what he's after, it's not ready. You know, it's not quite, if, you know, we need a little more brew time here. And also I feel like he has some, he's got to gather his energy. Like I said, it's scattered all over. And he needs to gather that up, organize it, and get right. Because we don't want a temporary fix here, and that's what he is, right? And I feel like he's kind of used to that fly by the seat of my pants thing, and he may be coming across this Aries woman and going, well, I think I want to settle with this one. So he's got to learn how to manage that energy, okay? So the Judgment, it's a lot of that. The universe is speaking to him, giving him instincts, telling him what to do with this woman. Even though it's kind of like she's going in a different direction, he's still going to get downloaded with stuff that he can try, do, think about, try and get organized with, okay? Now, the next card I get is the Queen of Pentacles. It's interesting. Give me a minute here. Let's see if I can fit all this in. Queen of Pentacles is turning away. So I feel like that is the Aries female, no matter the sign here, because it's all about the energy that it holds. And the Queen of Pentacles is very organized, very much. I mean, she's got all her stuff around her. She doesn't need or want for anything. She's organized in big business. She's organized with her family. She has it all. And look at the kind of the disdain she's with her body language, right? And it's in the direction or against the direction. You know, the body language is against the male. The male is actually turning the other direction. So we could have a scenario here where there's a man here that is, that may have an option, a light one, but an option no less. So we may have a night where he either just got somebody hanging And he's making proposals in another direction. So this is another thing that we got to be aware of, you know, and maybe the Aries woman, you know, sniffed that out. And I was like, something funny here. And it could be that he's got someone else in a different direction. Okay. But nonetheless, there's a calm, steady energy here in wait, but not too impressed. Okay. I feel like the Aries woman's not impressed. Neither is the Queen of Pentacles, but I also feel that the Queen of Pentacles is a lot of the energy that he sees in her. He sees her as the Queen of Pentacles, the girl that's got everything, right? So that's what's going on here. He's getting some of his instinct coming from the universe. He's got some hang time to think it over because this woman is really kind of shutting the valve off, saying, you know, you're not quite making sense to me, so I got other things, priorities I got to take care of. I don't think she's shutting the gate, but she's definitely jumping over the fence, right? So the instinct, he's listening, he's going to try some things. And then there's an energy here. Like I said, I've never had that before. This is kind of split. I feel like there may be someone here that he's building or lightly contacting to butter up, and then he's got this Aries woman that he's kind of, so I don't know if he's gonna, now he's got this other woman, now that the Aries woman has said no or whatever, it's not the right time, whatever, is he gonna go off in a different direction and start something? I don't know. I don't feel it as a cheating. I just feel like he's got one in the hand and one in the bush, you know. And the one in the hand is jumping off. She's going in a different direction. So now, you know, he's got some decisions, I guess. But he's got to listen to his instinct because they're shouting at him. Okay? So that's the second level of the energies here. Now, as we get into the love and romance side, the first card I get, 4 Cups. So that's the energy of the man, right? Coming forward. This is his energy. He is trying to accommodate that Aries female, okay? The Aries female is listening, watching. She got her cat in her lap to kind of barrier him off. I'm noticing that. So that's something, right? She's noticing. He's attempting. That's what's going on. And the next card I got, the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles is that footloose and fancy free card. Now we have 2 people here. They're kind of in that happy, jolly energy, taking off, okay? Now look at where his head's facing. The woman's going in a direction forward, but the man's still facing her, but he's trying to play it cool, right? Playing it casual. I got other things. And he may just have that. He may have other areas, which is kind of what I'm picking up here. We're not like we're dating 2 people, but there's an interest level in someone else that he can go in the direction. I think he was true to the Aries person, if that's, you know, the angle he was going down, but he's just, you know, he's getting the brush off. So, you know, from here, but nonetheless, the energy is going towards her, whether she's turned her back or not. Okay. That's what I'm trying to get across. Now, the next card I got. This gets dicey. 3 Cups. Okay. 3 Cups. This one just reminds me of a brothel. Okay. Now, what we have to think of and how we have to discern this energy here. Just give me a minute. Because my feeling here, the first instinct I get is we're having sex for pleasure. And there's not much depth to it. Why? Because this guy doesn't have a lot of depth. He has his money. He has his things. That's what means a lot to him. He is going to be thinking about the future, but he's not in that mode yet. Okay. He's accommodating someone here, but we do have a sense of liking our freedom and liking the ease that goes with that. Not being locked down. We don't like that. This Page does not like being locked down. He likes to be free. He's got his no soft feet and he goes wherever he wants to go, right? So this is talking about on the sex side of things, we're going to go where we want to go, no matter what. Now, I'm going to go one past here. Let's talk about what's going on in that direction. We get the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords, okay. Give me a minute here. Yeah. The Ace of Swords is that communication that came from the Aries female, okay? Because they're going, yeah, that was the sting that was felt, heard across the world, right? For this guy. He had a lot invested emotionally in the Aries woman's word, right? He was trying to impress her and he got stung, okay? And I don't know that he knows exactly why. I think he feels like, yeah, I'm building. Then all of a sudden, boom, I've been cut off. He didn't, in a sense, see it coming, but nonetheless, he's feeling like he's got to start fresh here. Now, this card also holds an energy of, you know what, I'm just going to go out and get lucky, right? Okay, I'm trying to PG this. I'm just going to go out and get what I want, and I don't have to be loyal to anybody at this point, right? Because I think what he was trying to do with the Aries is trying to be loyal to her, but I don't know if that's in his nature. Now, we got one more row here of sex to go, so we'll see what comes out. Because I do sense of trying hard to impress this woman, but I also get a sense that he just likes his freedom too much to be committed too highly, you know? So that's the thing. He likes his freedom to come and go. And in this way, we got to watch this energy here, because he could just take off in a direction and have some, how do you say, torrid affairs, right? Nothing too deep. You just want the physical thing, and then that's it. But again, I felt like the Aries here stood above that a little bit, but it didn't work out. So now he's going to kind of go off in this direction and blow off some steam, right? That's the sense I'm getting. Okay. As we move into the sex, I feel like, oh man. Okay. Miss Aries. Here we go. We get the Queen of Wands. That is her energy. That is your energy. The Queen of Wands is that fire energy. That's that feminine mystique, right? Just turning it on for this guy. I feel like she may have used her feminine wiles on this dude, okay? And maybe a little bit of playing a game here. This guy's attracts me. I know it. It feels good. You know, the back and forth flirting and turning everything on in that way. He wants it. She's willing to give and show it. And it's all great and wonderful. Okay. Now, the next card I get is the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is always someone new coming in. Okay. So this is into the picture. We've got a dude here. And then we've got another dude coming in for this woman. Okay. Somebody's coming into the picture here to wow her. That's what I got. Wow her. Then we have the King of Pentacles. What is going on? Oh, man. Give me a minute. I got to see if these are all separate energies, and I have a feeling. Okay. No, this is her. This is her and showing the scenario of what's going on in the relationship that's just passed here. We're just flowing through, right? And this is the new energy that's coming in. Okay, there's a new love interest for the Aries female that's going to enter the picture here over the summer. I feel like, you know, within a month or so. Okay, July, end of July, August. Not that late, July. And the King of Pentacles, okay, is talking about the dominance here, because this really exemplifies the dominance. Sorry. When I start getting warmed up, my nose goes nuts. This talks about the energy of dominance in the bedroom, right? To a degree that it's kind of off-putting. So we may have a new guy coming in here. It's a little bit take charge of everything, okay? Especially in the bedroom. So be aware of that. That's what's coming. Wow. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, what is going on? Okay. Yeah, they just clarified. I'm like, what? So an earth sign. And they're like, yeah, but this is about the offer. Okay. So we have that King of Pentacles that can be overbearing. They needed to show that. Then the King of Pentacles is an offer. He's going to come in here and give some kind of an offer that I think the Aries, you know, she set aside this one dude here, right? The one she's kind of playing with. She set aside that one, said, no, there's no potential here. We don't have a long-term mindset. And she picked up on that right away. She's like, this guy ain't serious. He don't know what it's like to make a commitment. It's not my kind of thing. So off she goes. And then what do you know? Who's that? In comes Mr. Cups, right? Mr. Emotion. And I feel like, yeah, they're going there. This also encompasses the 3 stages of the relationship coming in. So we're going to have a male here who's going to be very light and fluffy when he comes in, very accommodating and soft with his energy. Then she's going to move in and get suckered by that. Now, just bear with me here. And then we're going to see the overbearing sexual energy that's going to come from this man, okay? Then he's going to calm it down, and then we'll get a grounded offer here, and then they'll have to move that forward. Now, just give me a minute here. I need to... Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like the Aries woman is looking at this dude as soft, you know, not soft like anti-man soft, but soft like accommodating and compassionate to her needs. So that's really going to draw her in, someone who can kind of take care of me. And then what happens is I feel like the male gets overloaded physically. He's attracted to such a high degree, almost can't contain himself, okay? And then that gets carried away in the bedroom. It's may have to go through some stuff there. But nonetheless, he ends up coming out the Knight of Pentacles. So he still has, you know, his urges or whatever, but he's strong and stable all around in other areas. He's strong and stable and sturdy, and the offer's good, and he usually makes good decisions here. He's just, I feel, caught in a center where there's a lot of sexual tension here. We're going to build up. So for Aries over the summer, there's going to be, I say the later part of July here, there's going to be an energy coming in here. It's going to be quite the physical union, if I can put it that way. But nonetheless, I feel like, you know, it's going to be a mutual thing. And we're talking about balance and stuff. And that can very well happen, I feel, with this King of Pentacles, right? So this is pretty good energy, really. Now, I went horizontal. Now I'm going to go vertical, take the first, second, third card of each pile, and we're going to inspect that and see what comes out. So the first card I got on the first pile is the 5 of Wands. So the 5 of Wands, right? That's about that struggle. First card on the next one. Oh, man, it pulls it together, doesn't it? Is that man. So we have a struggle with the Knight of Wands, that fire energy. He's kind of doesn't know where he's going or what he's doing. I feel like he's just really kind of dizzy with life. He's really not stable in the way that he just doesn't have all his ducks in a row yet. Doesn't really know what he wants to say or how to say it. He knows he likes her, and that's about it. He just doesn't know what to do from there. Then, first card from the third pile is the bending over backwards, right? Well, forwards here. We're trying to accommodate. This man is trying to accommodate her, and it's causing a struggle. She's not getting what she wants from this guy, and I feel like she's being direct and he's not listening, or she doesn't want to be direct, like she doesn't want to be too direct to his feelings, and it's all being missed. These hints are kind of just flying over. Then on the sex side of things, man, this just pulls that right together. all this guy's energy, right? This is all the first guy. So this is a lot of what's going on here. The Queen of Wands. So the fact she knows that she appeals on a physical level to this guy, you know, and she's really playing with that energy and enjoys it and was indulging in it. I shouldn't say playing because that kind of sounds sinister, but indulging in that. Both of them were doing that. And he's trying to accommodate and trying to get his life in order, but there's a struggle here because the Aries woman's seeing right through everything and she can't put it aside, right? Now, if we're talking about, I'm kind of skipping over the coupled relationships here. I got to tune in. If we're talking about couples here in Aries, it's interesting what I'm getting here. Give me a minute. Yeah, I think we got a situation where we're really not seeing eye to eye with our partner anymore. If we're in a long-term relationship, there's some problems here that are again, the Aries woman just can't let it slide anymore. You know, the man, I feel like the partner in a partnered relationship, we're trying to accommodate, but yet we're making some progress, but there's still some bottom lines here that aren't being discussed. So for the couples, there's some heavy problems here that the male's just not picking up on. And I don't know if the Aries female in the couple is coming out right and saying it. I feel like she's hinting as well. And it's just being missed by the male. Like it has to have a sit down. And for whatever reason, I feel like the Aries female in a coupled relationship is just not going to have that conversation. That's what I'm getting out of here. We have some struggles we're dealing with where the male's kind of going in a different direction than the female, but he's trying to accommodate her, but she's not coming forth with what she needs. So he can't hit the nail on the head here. He can't really accommodate her if she doesn't let him know what she wants, right? So that's what's going on. I mean, in the bedroom, it seems like there's still jiving there, but there's something else out of whack. Something else is missing or something else is wrong. And the Aries female is, you know, very attuned to that. But the her partner is not got a clue. Okay? I mean, other than, you know, mom ain't happy, nobody's happy, that kind of thing. We're accommodating that vibe, but we're not understanding what the root cause is for that in the coupled relationship. Okay? So, sorry, I kind of wasn't picking up on the couples there for a bit. So that's the first rung. Now the second card, okay? 9 of Swords. That's the worry, stress, anxiety. You know, dealing with the struggles that they got going on. This is all the thought processes that go with it. You know, when you're got a household where you're arguing or whatever, it's not fun. There's anxiety, there's stress. You can feel it in the air, right? Then we have the Hangman. And the Hangman, right, is about taking time out, you know, and I feel like in the coupled relationships, we're just kind of going to our corners. You know, I'm going to avoid you. I'm not going to deal with you and just take some time to think and let it all digest is what's going on there. So there's definitely some problems within a coupled relationship here. We got some issues that need to be worked out, but nonetheless, I feel like the Aries female's just not discussing it. For whatever reason, there's just no, it's almost like it's not an option for her. Not in her catalog to discuss. You don't do that. You should be able to read my mind. You should know. Maybe it was discussed at one point and then they just gave up on it. And it's like, well, you should know because I told you 10 years ago or 5 years ago or whatever, right? And they're expecting this man to have that memory. So, you know, those kind of things that happen in a relationship. So the Hangman is really about having time to digest things, even though we're a couple in doing that. Now, I'm going to go through the couples here, then I'll go back to the singles. Sorry, I'm bopping all over the place. The third card I get is the Page of Coins, and the Page is that footloose, fancy free guy, right? So if we're talking about the couples here, that is the man. The man is footloose and fancy free. He don't know because she's not sitting him down and telling him. So he's kind of, in a sense, turning away and doing his own thing. And he's fine with that. And that's the way it's going. The next card is the Knight of Cups. So how do we work that in? Look at how he's looking at the Knight of Cups. Okay, so the energy's going towards wanting to show love to her. But yet I feel like this hang time kind of pulls that back. It's like, yeah, we got stress and anxiety going through here. I want to express my love here, but I'm just going to sit in my corner because, you know, they haven't rang the bell yet. She's not out of her corner, and I need to know that she's right on board. Eventually, the Aries female does get over her little huff, you know. She'll have a huff, a blowout, and he'll go to his corner. She'll go to his corner. And eventually they meet back up in the middle again, right? And he's just waiting for that dinger to go off so he can meet her in the middle. And that's what it is. I'm getting a sense of a couple here. They've known each other for a long time. They know what's going on. They just ebb and flow. And right now it's, you know, an ebb. We're not flowing together too good. So he's going to wait until the all clear. And then once she gives it, then he'll give his love forward. Now, for the singles, we got some anxiety about what's been kind of turned away from, right? So we're taking time to think about it, think it through. And I feel like the Aries is double checking. Did I say what I needed to say? Am I doing what I need to do here? I turned my back. Is that the right thing? So she's going to do that. Checkpoint. And then the Page of Wands is her as well, saying, you know what? I do have, you know, an affinity for being footloose myself. And I'm not ready to be tied down yet. So don't make me, you know. But yet she's still searching for love, but she's just not ready to be bundled up yet, you know, in that way where we're commitment, you know, all the way. So that's what's going on for the singles, okay? Now, as we take the next phase, the third card phase, we have the Fool. That is the Aries woman going off in that other direction, right? She's taking off, moving where she needs to go, where she feels. And I had a sense that was probably work. She's going to put her all and just go in that direction. It's concrete. It's solid. I know I can get results here, and I'm going to do that. Okay? Then the next card is the Judgment. She's feeling some instincts from that. Calls are coming. Let's try work. See how that goes. So it's not only her, it's the universe calling at her and going, yeah, let's just switch gears for a while here. Reroute. The universe wants to reroute her. You know, go turn in another direction. She's totally on board with that and going with that flow. The next card I get, 3 of Cups. Okay. And we're going back. They're going, this is the Aries female. Okay. So not only have we met our match, I feel, right? Because this energy was for the male. And that was solid. So now we have the female is feeling exactly the way the male did. That was left here. We turned our back. We still want the physical side of things. We just don't want no entanglements. Don't give me any problems. I just want physically what I want, and I feel like I should have it, and I feel light and fancy free. So why can't I get that? Okay. What's the last card we come up with? Ooh, King of Pentacles. So that's that new guy coming in. And we get what we want in a physical way. It comes at us. Okay. Look at him looking back at that man. Going, what are we getting from that? So, yeah, we got some energy here coming in for new coupling. And I get a sense here, I don't know if it's on her side or his side or both. We may just be taking it light here for the singles, right? Maybe just be taking it light. We're kind of got out of something here, and we're just, you know, we're really missing the physical side of the relationship, and we're going to get that back with someone else. Okay. And that will be coming by the end of July, I feel. And, you know, again, I don't get any devil card here or anything like that. So, you know, if that's the way we want to go, it seems like everything's above board here. We're just got a light and airy feel. We just don't want to be tied to anyone, anything. And we just want to be having fun, right? In that way. And there's some instinct being dipped into here along the path. So yeah, so those are the energies there. And what do we end up with? The Ace of Wands is that passion and that fire and that drive, right? That the Aries carries so well, and moving forward, they make things happen. And this summer is no exception. In fact, I feel like it may be one of the more busier times that this Aries is seen for a while, okay? Then we get the Queen of Pentacles. Now, this makes sense here because we get passion and drive for what? We want to be stable and sturdy. We want to have a stable, sturdy home environment. We want to be stable and sturdy financially. And we are of presence of mind. She showed up in the middle there. So they're showing that the Aries has that presence of mind. We're calm and cool and collected. We're not getting out of whack with our emotions here. We're pretty balanced and centered, and that's what's going on. So we're passionate, and we've got that drive and energy pushing us forward, but we're also stable, so we're good to go. Okay, look at this. And then we have the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords, we had it in the reading as, you know, that's the news coming forth to the male from the Aries female, her partner at that time, which is now not a partner. And look what direction it's coming in now. So did we do something that we are going to be karmically justified for? Meaning, did we cut something off here in a harsh way that we need to get a good talking to from the universe? Because I'm feeling like we're going to get some kind of harsh words forward to us about to balance things out. So something here we may have done not wrong, but we may have done in a way that created karma that's going to come back on us, okay? So that's the Ace of Swords. We're going in a new direction. That direction is going to bring us some karma. That's what I'm getting from this. Two aces, right? New beginnings, no less. Passionate and no shit. You know, clear cut. We're going to find out. So during that, we have to be aware of our surroundings because there is some lessons here coming back, a mirror, okay, coming back at us. There's some things here we maybe didn't realize about what the relationship that we just let go, one before that one. You're going to really, I feel when it comes at you, that situation, you're going to go, yeah, this is exactly what I did. But you didn't understand the karmic debt there that it could create. So that's a lesson that's coming at you. So be aware of that. And they're going, that's the end of July too, or in July. And it's going to come from that Knight of Pentacles, okay? So we got to be aware of that. We got some news coming that's going to cut. I feel like this turning of the back here that the Aries female has done is almost in a way something that can happen from this Knight of Pentacles coming in. Or it'll just be some harsh words coming forward, some harsh truths. That's what they said. Harsh truth that needs to be heard on her end. There's too much outflow, that the Aries female is giving too much outflow, and not enough people are standing up to her. But there's someone coming in going to show her the way. So she basically, it's a karmic kind of thing. I feel on the lighter end, but nonetheless, for the Aries female is going to feel it harsh. Because I think the ego is going to get a little bit of a strike there on this one. So it's just something she'll have to sit with and go, ooh, you know. didn't realize. They're not realizing their effect here in the past. But I feel like once it happens, they're going to know exactly why it happened. But up until that point, they don't quite get it. So that is the path. That's interesting. What comes out when I reverse down, go downwards? There's a lot of yeah, a lot of interesting things that come out when we separate it in that way. So to review the energies for the Aries female, she starts out, she's trying to balance her life here. She's trying to make sure that she gets as much as she's giving. And I feel like this past situation presented something forward. She wasn't balanced. So she had to make, and the Aries going to move on this. They're not going to just sit there and think about it, go, oh, it's not balanced, or complain or whine. They're going to do something about it. And that's what happened. Then we have the pleasure principle coming in here. They're thinking about their pleasure, how to get the best here. Am I being pleased? Am I happy with this? Bottom line, what's going on here? That's what's going on. So she is taking all of this into account, balancing the energies and making sure that she is happy first, which is what we really all need to do, right? Take a note from the Aries woman about that. Then we have the expansiveness. So once she does all this, taps into taking a tally here about, you know, is this a relationship that I got going on? Is this equal? Is there a give and take here? Is this fair? Is this something I want? Is this something that makes me happy? Blah, 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 right? Then she's going to get into the mode where that decision is, I feel a decision's been made no matter, because of all of these things, taking into account her happiness, taking into account, is this a balanced relationship? And then because of that, she's going to let go, and it's going to expand her mind in a way where she's going to look to a higher, how do you say, pedestal, right? This guy was not on a pedestal. Oh man, I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Excuse me. Man. Oh, okay. This guy was not on a pedestal, but she's going to now expand to a higher post here for these. She's going to have a higher expectation from here forward for the treatment. And mostly I'm talking about the single female. The coupled relationship here, when we break it down in that way, there's an internal struggle here, but just a refusal to go outward. So I don't know if we're old school in it and going, yeah, we don't talk to it, or we don't have any faith in our partner to deal with this information, or what the deal is. But I feel an outright shutting down of the Aries female in a couple relationship to try and actually communicate with her partner to make her happier. There's no effort there. So I don't know if it's no faith in the partner, or a giving up in a sense, or what's going on here. There's just absolutely no outward movement. It's all internal. And she has her blowouts and it dies out, and he's used to that ebb and flow. The partner's used to that back and forth. So they just do that. Meanwhile, nobody's got the details, so nobody's able to fix it. So it just continues endlessly. It's kind of like the loop. It's just a loop, and it's going to keep going till somebody takes a stand here and makes things known, right? So there may be a fear of the partner's reaction. I don't know, something like that. But it's just like, no, it's not gonna, I'm not gonna go outward with my opinion. And that's that. It's not even a worry. They just won't. So the idea of balancing things, they obviously feel an injustice here in some way, but again, not going outward. Pleasure. I feel like the Aries woman in a coupled relationship, she's going to take her pleasure into account, and she may overcompensate in that area. Sorry, I'm going right off screen. She may overcompensate in the pleasure area to kind of make up for the fact that, you know, I'm going to punish him one way or another, you know, and that would be where she's taking it out on. And then the expansiveness for the coupled, if she's not going outward, she's not going to expand. That's the sense I get. If we're not going outward, we're not expanding. We're just looping. And this is, you know, it's we're not going nowhere. We're just midpoint, and that's it. We're staying there. So for the coupled relationship, there really has to be a discussion, a communication outward. And again, whatever it is, it's just a barrier that there's no way. It's not even in a discussion. In her mind, it's not a discussion. We're not going to go there, and that's it. So there's, you know, a certain type of old school way of thinking. It's not going to be discussed, and that's it. We know what we're doing. I blow up every once in a while. He gets mad. We go to our corners till we calm down, and then we come back. And that's just the way it works. And that's the way it will work until the end of time. But they will not evolve in that relationship. They will just kind of stay where they're at. So they will not get any of the magic. They will not get any of that, you know. But nonetheless, that's the loop. So there is more of a single emphasis here, a little bit of a complex situation. But with the coupled relationships for the Aries female, I feel it's just, we're just looping. You know, we've had this scenario with this partner, and it is the same that it's been, and it's going to be the same that it always has been. And that's the way that it is. So that is your reading for the summer, Aries female, single and couple. So hopefully that made sense to people, and hopefully it will, you know, clarify things, because it's part of why I do them, is to highlight, either if you're looking for your partner or for you, to highlight things and give you hints where to go and look and how to fix things, right? So if we don't want to, as a couple, we don't want to be in that loop forever, then we go to our partner and divulge. It may create an explosion. Deal with it. You have faith in yourself. I think the Aries female has more faith in herself to deal with it than in the partner. So they need to come forth with that. That's kind of the advice. We need to break things apart here. We need to find out where the root is and get to the bottom of that. So though I honestly, I don't feel that the coupled Aries are going to do anything in that way. They're just going to sit and let it go by. They will not be heard. They will not speak up. They will just be. So in that way, that's where they sit. So we'll see. You know, maybe in the fall that'll change. That'll shift. You know, maybe we have a good summer and the winds change and it all works out. So that is the Aries reading. Again, I want to thank everybody for waiting. I'm going to try and do a meditation here and do another one in the evening here. We'll go for the Aries male. So give me about a half-hour break and I'll be right back. In the meantime, I'll route you to my Facebook page. I do weekly pick a card readings, and I also break down the masculine and feminine energies, which is very good for people going through struggles in the summer. It's just going to be like that. Unfortunately, I'm taking the summer off, but in the fall, when all this is blown over, I'll be there and I'll be explaining from the universe. It's really a universal point of view here. They see a bird's eye. You know, they see everything that we kind of don't, or take into account things that we don't. And it's, I mean, I even learned some things. So we go in there, we figure that out. I give you helper cards to kind of bump you up, you know, fast forward you through some lessons, and we go from there. So if you're into that or want open to that, that could really help people through. Go to Infinity Readings and Reviews on Facebook. That's where it's at. Like I said, I've got a week or so here that I'll be in, and then after that I'll be taking a hiatus, but I will announce that, and I will be back in the fall with plans for new stuff in that way. So take care, have fun, and be kind, and take it easy. Take it easy going outward. The Aries fire. Only saw my office. Okay, well, we'll figure it out. I'll check here. I'm going to go off, Jovi, and I'll check and see if we can make headway here. But I'll be back in a little bit here. I'm going to finish off the mail. That sounds bad. But I'm going to do the mail reading reading in a bit here. So, yeah. So infinity readings and reviews, you punch that in and ask, and then I can approve you. I'll go check. Okay, take care. Have fun and be kind. Have a great summer, you guys.